Hello, I'm JumpsBlob120, and this is another episode of Make It Real. Now, I didn't go as in-depth with this as I probably could have. There are a couple of things that I did not put into this that probably would make the mod or potentially vanilla feature, although I wouldn't want this as a vanilla feature, just a mod, that I think would make it better. But the concept is very simple. When you go mining, generally you go down into the caves and there's just an abundance of ores, okay? Ores everywhere. Ores are basically as common as fucking trees, and honestly, it makes the game fun for a bit, but it also sort of removes the function of a lot of things. For example, nobody uses rail carts. Completely pointless. There's no processing plants really, unless you're playing like hardcore modded Minecraft with like a million fucking things. But generally, rails and minecarts are useless, because why bother going anywhere when you can dig straight down and find all the resources you'll ever need in your game? So the concept of this mod is very, very simple. It changes the ore generation, which would have been a little hard to show you, so just take my word for it, but it would change the ore generation so that there would be clumps of ores in specific places. So you find, clumps of iron, maybe in a chunk 1,000, 2,000 blocks that way. A big old chunk of gold, 1,000, 2 blocks that way. So you would go and you would find it, and you'd use a panning device or something. Again, that could be worked out how exactly you would find it. That would maybe be more friendly. But you would somehow find your big chunk of metal hiding underground, and then you would mine the chunk of metal. But when you mine the chunk of metal, it's actually like a mine. And so like a mine in real life, generally there's for example, there's a diamond mine, and people just go down there and they mine, and they make so little progress on actually excavating things out. Generally, it's a very slow process. And so this mod would change it in such a way that when you break something, instead of it just breaking instantaneously, boom, you have a block, smelt it, boom, you have a gold ore. Every time you break something, and it does take a little bit of time, and that could be configured probably, obviously. Every time you break the ore, it pops right back, but you do get a few gold nuggets. So you mine away, you slave away in your gold mines, and you get some gold nuggets, and then the ore goes, poof, and then you get, and then you get a few more gold nuggets, and there's a random chance for the gold nuggets of how many are going to drop, things like that. And all the vanilla enchants would apply as well. So if you had, the digging speed enchant, which name has slipped me right now, haste, I think, you would be able to mine through everything faster. If you use silk touch, instead of the block coming back, you would just pick the entire block up, which obviously that's a lot less efficient, but I mean, if you wanted to actually excavate an area for whatever reason, you could do that. And then when if you use silk touch and you place the block back down, then you could, in fact, do the whole mining thing, maybe in your base, so you could silk touch and move everything to your base, whatever. So as you can see, I have 9 gold nuggets, which is, and I did the math, when you break a block, it would give you, on average, the exact amount that you would need for 1 ingot. So you might be thinking to yourself, now, why the fuck would I use something like that? That just seems so pointless. That seems like a waste of time. Well, one, if you wanted gold, you would hop in your minecart, you go to your area, you'd fill chests up with gold nuggets and send them off to your base, and you would sit there and you just mine. You would have this massive, clump of gold ore that was just sitting, all over the place, and you would just sit here and mine, and this would be like your gold mine. So you never think to yourself, oh man, I want gold, but all I can find is iron, or all I can find is diamond, things like that. You would just, if you wanted gold, you go to your gold mine. You wanted iron, you go to iron mine, redstone mine, etc., etc. And so it would hold true for all the ores. I just did 2 of them because I'm lazy. So again, same thing would happen here. It would add, and the textures are a little bigger than they were supposed to be, but the concept is the same. You would mine away, add an iron thing, it would give you little bits of iron, so on and so forth, and it would give you on average the same amount you would get from just mining 1 block. So you can sit here and go do, and you should get about 1 ingot's worth. There's a chance that you will get a little bit more, there's a chance that you will get a little bit less, but the cool thing is when you go for something like fortune, all these kinds of ores never were affected by that beforehand. You would always get just 1 iron, or you would get 1 gold. This only affected things, like redstone, stuff like that. So that would also make fortune more useful. So let's get rid of this. So as you saw, we got 9, and then we got 8. So that puts us at 17. So 9 is exactly 1 ingot. 8 is just a little shy of 1 ingot, but if we use a fortune pickaxe and we go entirely through this block, which I don't think I've touched this block yet, so it should have about 5 breaks. And that's 9, okay. A little unlucky there. But this increases the chance that we are going to get a little bit more. Or, oh, there we go. So 21. So there we go. That's 3 nuggets more than you would normally get. And the same holds true. So that's a Fortune 1 pickaxe. If we were to use a Fortune 2 pickaxe, same thing. Fortune 3 pickaxe. A Fortune 3 pickaxe is going to give you a whole lot more nuggets. That's 16 right there. That's almost 2 ingots worth. So you've almost literally just gotten 2 bars of gold from 1 block, you know? So I personally think that it might not be a engaging mod, as some say, you know, it might not be the most engaging mod, but I do think, personally, it adds reason for infrastructure that there just isn't normally in Minecraft. You know, you don't need to use minecarts generally. I mean, really, there's almost, at least for moving items around, you know, there's just no reason to use them. You know, furnace minecarts, why would you need something like that? Because why would you need to push things around? The only thing, generally, that gets pushed around in minecarts are people or entities. And people's even a bit of a stretch. That's only like when you're crossing massive distances and you cart yourself in the nether. But, you know, moving blocks, moving items, ores, things like that, that doesn't make any sense. Why not just hop in a cart yourself? But, you know, if you had chests and chests full of ores, I mean, like, yeah, of course, you would want a way to ship all this stuff off. And also, if you were playing a modded Minecraft like Feed the Beast, Infinity, or something like that, when you're using an auto miner, say you're using a quarry from Buildcraft, it would... Anyways, it's a pretty cool mod idea. I would love for somebody to make it real. I think it adds a lot of purpose to sort of minecart infrastructure, you know, railcraft and things like that. I personally would like a reason to build all of that stuff. I don't want to just do it just because I can, but I like there to be like an actual reason to go really far away and things like that. So, yeah, that's the end of that. I'd like to thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. And I will see you later, YouTube.